A J Mix exclusive.
Hey, this is D. Martin, Machiavelli Man, kicking it with J Mix.
What it do, world? This is the legendary Cocaine, and I'm kicking it with J Mix.
What's good? It's your man Money B. Sending a super shout out to the homie J Mix and everybody at TupacNation.net.
Man, this is Robert J kicking it with J Mix. And you know, I'm from the scope. Fillmore. We make 100 more. J Mix.
This is Phil Brewster kicking it with J Mix on Tupac Nation.
This is Mike Mosley kicking it with J Mix. Alright, cool.
Hello all, it's J Mix here, and I want to welcome all my YouTube subs and viewers to my super exclusive interview with Machiavelli producer Mr. Darryl Harper. In this part of the interview, we're going to talk about the possible rift between the Outlaws camp and DPG, and if Tupac had a rift with Snoop. So without any further ado, I'm going to get right on in to my exclusive interview with Darryl Harper. Darryl, how did you come to work at Death Row Records?
Okay, I had a friend. I was working all over Long Beach. I moved to Long Beach in '89, and I had it didn't take long before there was a little buzz about there was somebody new in town who was writing R&B. So everybody who had like an R&B group or R&B situation, a girl that was singing, a group or whatever, I started writing for them, writing hooks, writing verses for them or whatever like that. And I was kind of getting around Long Beach really fast. I was learning who was doing what. But I had a few people that kept telling me, man, you kind of a little more advanced than where you working at. You need to meet somebody. So everybody told me that they could introduce me to this person, they can introduce me to that person. I had several people tell me they could introduce me to Suge Knight. One of them actually came through, my boy Chuck, Big Chuck from Long Beach. He just came in. He came everywhere I would go. He would show up, and he would be like, "That's yours too? I know who wrote that. That's you." So one day, he said, "Man, we going today. So I'm gonna put some gas in your car, man. We going up. We're gonna go up there right now, and I'm gonna introduce you to him. We driving out to the valley right now." We drove out there, and sure enough, when I got there, the first face that I saw, the first entertainer that I saw was Snoop Dogg standing at the council, and I couldn't believe it. You know, because I wasn't from Long Beach, so a lot of people who was from Long Beach, they didn't have the hype that I had on it. So when I met Snoop Dogg, to me, I was meeting a superstar. They was meeting their homies. When they was around, they was like, "That's the homie from around the corner." Out to me, he was like the biggest thing. Like, man, I'm standing here looking at Snoop Doggy Dogg, man. Can you believe it? So, and I met him, and I met LT Hutton at the same time, another very, very, very talented guy.
Wait, so LT was there from the start?
Oh, LT, from my first day, when I met Snoop was doing a track from LT. LT had did some kind of backgrounds on it, some kind of R&B, but Snoop thought that the hook was kind of too R&B-ish for what he wanted to do with the track. So they removed his backgrounds and then changed the direction of the song. And if I'm correct, the first song I worked on with Nate Dogg's album, when he did the album on Breakaway, it was a song called Dirty Hoes Draws. And in the beginning of that song, you'll hear me, I'm calling into a radio station. And it's like I'm brokenhearted, and I call in and ask him to play a song for me. You know, I'm going through it. I'm like, I'm Darryl from Long Beach, and I'm slow down. James answers me and said, "I've got just the song for you," and they put it on as Dirty Hoes Draws. That was the first song that I was on at Death Row. First day I ever went to Death Row, and it was the first song I was on. So that was my first day. That's how I got up to Death Row.
When did you first meet Tupac?
I met Tupac the day he got to Death Row. I was probably one of the first person he saw coming in the door. When he walked in through the hallway, I was right there. Before he could even really get to where Studio A was, I was right there. When they went and picked him up and brought him to Cannon Ave, so I was right there when he got there.
What do you think people's biggest misconception is about Tupac?
I think one of the biggest misconceptions they have is I think people just misunderstand how bright he actually was. I mean, I think from the raps they gathered some of it, but they just didn't know what it was like to be in his presence. I had been in Tupac's presence and watch everybody, and I do mean this literally, news reporters, everybody. I've watched news reporters lose their place while they were asking him questions just because of everything he said. And the words and his whole charisma was like very magnetic. It was just like it was drawing, you know, and it was like this magnetic pull, and you wanted to hear everything he had to say. It didn't have to be about rap. It didn't have to be about anything. He could be talking about breakfast this morning, and he could make it interesting. And I mean, this guy, I'm not putting it on because he's Tupac. I mean, this guy's one of them. I can't even explain it. To be in his presence and hear him talking about something, he could just sell you on. Tupac could have actually been a salesman. He could have sold cars or anything else. You know, when he said something, just his demeanor when he spoke, you know, everything else was shut down. And I'm talking about, and catch this, that would, and I mean in the midst of other stars. In the midst of other stars, people would he would turn their head toward him without even trying. He was just that magnetic. He was, you know.
Did this separate him from his other label mates?
No, and I don't really want to go there, but I was about to say I've seen it happen to the point of jealousy, to where you could see envy because he pulled crowds when he, you know, in the midst of other stars. It you know, just something to behold. You know,
So there was no jealousy between Tupac and Snoop?
Okay, here's what I will say. It was there jealousy between Tupac and Snoop. I mean, Snoop having a Tupac. I won't say jealousy. Here's what I will say. There was tension. There was obvious and blatant tension more than once. And not just between Snoop and Tupac. It was between the Outlaws and Dogg Pound. You know, there was Suge had to often tell Pac that this is the house that Snoop built, because everybody was attracted so fast to Tupac. Everybody who came, you got to believe, at one point it was Snoop, and it very rapidly became everybody here. Everybody wanted to hear from Tupac. They wanted to hear what he is he here? Is he what? Is he here? And this is in the house of a superstar like Snoop. I mean, and I could see, you know, why it could cause tension, but Suge had to basically, I won't say checking, but he had to constantly, I've seen him several times remind Pac that you got to remember, man, this is the house that Snoop built. I mean, you growing and everybody liking you in the world, but this is the house that, in other words, he was reminding him to be respectful or, you know, be considerate, you know, maybe about other guys' feelings. You know, Snoop got feelings, come on, you know, he's a human. And Dogg Pound being not far behind Snoop right there. They was a top premier group, high demand. But when Tupac got there, I'm telling you, it didn't take no time before just about everybody who came through that door was wanting to talk to Tupac, wanting to hang out with Tupac, wanting to do something around Tupac. You know, so yes, it did. I won't say that it was jealousy, but there was obvious and blatant tension. Yeah, there was tension in the air. You know, there was, you know, and sometimes it actually came to a head. Sometimes it, you know, there was actually words exchanged, and you know, that's about as much as I'll speak on it, because you know I love and respect both of them. You know, I started with actually, you know, up there with Snoop. You know, he invited me and allowed me to come to his session. But I won't say that Snoop was jealous of him, but I know Snoop had tension. And I don't know what all of that it stemmed from all the way totally, because I'm pretty sure there was some inside things that I wasn't privy to because I wasn't a superstar.
What was the beginning of all that?
What was the beginning of all of that? I don't know, but I did see. What I did see, I know. You know, you got to remember, whenever Snoop was at Can-Am or Tupac was at Can-Am, I was there with him. So I ain't that far out of the loop. I was really there.
I've been told by plenty of people that a lot of the rift was over studio time, whether it was Studio A or Studio B.
Exactly. Well, Studio A was a smaller studio. Everybody wanted Studio B. It was characterized as the studio to be in. So there's tension. I need that room. I need, it was tension all the way around. When Tyrone and I started getting noticed a little bit, especially by Pac. Okay, especially when because Pac immediately started coming in using me and Tyrone. Me and Tyrone had already been handing tracks to everybody there who was somebody, trying to just get them to just get their opinion, even if they weren't going to use it. And we weren't really getting any nibbles. We were only getting tracks into people who had what you call demo deals with Suge. Like he was going to look at them after they did 2 or 3 songs and then take a look and see if he was going to sign them. So those kind of people came to me and Tyrone all the time wanting a track. But none of the bigger names took a track from us. When we first started, we heard everything from your track starting to sound like Gas to that's the whack room, or you guys don't. And I mean, they got a chance. They were privy to be in where we were actually learning, and all of our mistakes were very transparent because they were right in the next room. So they could hear when, we were learning to operate this, operate that. We even got tension from, I remember specifically one time when Suge gave us a carte blanche to go to Guitar Center and buy all the equipment we wanted. He said, I'm through with all this hating around here. I'm going to give y'all this room over here. They're going to pull all the recorders out. We're going to turn this. We're going to have green carpet all over the whole room. It's going to be the money room. And it's not going to be the whack room no more. It's going to be the money room. And I guarantee y'all get some hits out of there. And I remember the first time we went and bought a whole lot of equipment from the Guitar Center, me and Tyrone, we was able to pick out anything we wanted. So we went out and shopped. And as we were unloading the boxes one night, I remember Dad opened the door with his little cousin. I believe his name was June or Junebug. And they said, man, we need that piano and that piano. I said, man, this is our stuff. Well, look, he said, y'all stuff might not ever come out. We got dates and appointments and all that. So we need that new equipment. So, and they went to Suge and got a couple of pianos and, let them use it to finish their production on this song, because we didn't have no kind of weight. I mean, I'm glad to say that later, Daz and I became very, very close. I ran into him more than I ran into anybody else. We were always, Daz was one of them kind of guy. He was always in the hood. He wasn't just talking about the hood. He would be he was visible and touchable. So he and I ended up, actually we were both going to a anger management class. We were ordered to go to an anger management from the court. I couldn't believe it when I walked into the court, he was there. When I walked into the class, he was there. And we got to know each other from that, and then we would just run into each other, and he just became like my buddy, But at that time, when he told me that night that, man, y'all stuff might not ever come out, and we got appointments and dates, man, I was so angry with him. Not only was my feelings hurt, but I was angry at him. I was like, man, this is our stuff. That was just one of the many things people bumped heads in there. We had a lot of stars there and really not that much space. So it was everybody vying for equal time and consideration and respect. It wasn't just Tupac and Snoop. It was everybody. Everybody wanted time. Everybody wanted time. Quick wanted time. Rage wanted time. Everybody, and we only had 2 studios to do everything out of.
Hello all, once again it's J-Mix here, giving a super shout out to TupacNation.net, BombFirst.com, and DubCC. I'm thanking all my YouTube subs and viewers. I appreciate everybody watching, and I'll see you on the next upload. One love, everybody.
A J-Mix exclusive.
What up, shut up.